Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Dratnos' Civilization V Gods and Kings Let's Play, Episode 1. So those of you who've been following my channel for a long time may or may not be aware that I actually did one episode of a Civilization V Let's Play before, and then didn't continue it due to a little bit of lack of interest on both sides, I guess. But they just released a expansion pack, DLC, I guess, but mostly an expansion pack, $30, Gods and Kings, which apparently is pretty good. It gives a new cutscene and everything going into the game, so I'm excited. New background screen here. So let's see what's new in this game. So for those of you wondering, I have played a lot of Civilization V. I've never played this expansion pack before, because it's like a day old at this point. So let's set up a game, see what we've got. There are more civilizations than I remember here. The Celts, that's new. Carthage, that's new. Sweden, new. Ethiopia, new. Wow, there's... okay. So they added, it looks like maybe half again as many civilizations. Let's go ahead and see if there's a random button. Like to... yeah, let's do random. Okay. Map type. Let's go with random. Size, huge. Difficulty... We'll go with normal difficulty. Game pace marathon, as always. I don't know anybody who doesn't do this setting like every time. Yeah, looks good. Let's do it. Let's see what we get here. Genghis Khan, the Mongolian Empire.
O great Temujin,
Ooh.
immortal emperor of the mighty Mongol Empire. Your fists shatter the walls of cities, and your voice brings despair to your enemies. O Khan, you united the warring tribes of northern Asia into a mighty people, creating the greatest cavalry force the world has ever witnessed. Your people's cunning diplomacy divided their enemies, making them weak and helpless before Mongolia's conquering armies. In a few short years, your people's soldiers conquered most of China and Eastern Asia, and the empire continued to grow until it reached west into Europe and south to Korea. Indeed, it was the greatest empire ever seen, dwarfing those pathetic conquests of the Romans or the Greeks. Temujin, your people call upon you once more to lead them to battle and conquest. Will the world once again tremble at the thunderous sound of your cavalry sweeping down from the steppes? Will you build an empire that stands the test of time?
So that's great and all. It's pretty cool there that they voiced that, but it's worth noting that he said into a mighty people, and the text here says into mighty people. So, so that is a discrepancy between what he said and what's written. And I'm personally offended. I'm going to write a very angry letter to Sid Meier and the guys who made this game on that point there. Anyways, let's take a look at what bonuses we get for this civilization. In addition to the Keshik and the Khan units, which look like they're fairly early game, we get plus 30% strength when fighting city-state units or attacking a city-state itself. So city-states are like small one-city civilizations that never really grow and aren't actually controlled by very powerful AI at all. And all of our mounted units have +1 movement. So it looks like we're going to be very much an early-game army, and our goal is going to be probably to secure a lot of territory early and then, you know, defend it from there. Once we get past the stage where we actually have these mounted units and the Keshik, which is probably better than the other equal-era units of other civilizations. So let's begin our journey. We start off with 1 settler and 1 warrior unit. And you can see this is all we can see here. I'm going to go ahead and...
This is a good place to found a city.
Thank you.
Food and
go away. Right. I'll make those decisions myself. So, where is a good spot here? Well, we've got marble, which will be useful later. Wheat, which will be useful, like, now. Let's go ahead and get a better view of this place by hopping up to a hill. Okay, so there's some spices over there. Nothing too good. I have no idea what's up that way. I could either explore for a bit, or I could settle, like, now on the plains or even in the forest. Here we're pretty well defended, but we'd probably be better defended... well, yeah, here we're pretty well defended. I mean, we can post defense here, here, and we'll be pretty much set. So let's go ahead and found ourselves a city. Karakorum. There's an argument for spending 5 or 6 turns looking around and finding the absolute best spot, but in my opinion, it's better to get production going early. So, production. In this game, you can create units.
Information that
Go away. Thank you. Advisors will pop up and tell you how to play this game if you don't know. And you can always pause. Well, I'm going to dismiss them, so you're not really going to get a chance to even see what they say. Sorry. I'll try and explain this game as best I can. So it's a pretty big strategy game. Starts off 4000 BC, ends usually around 2000 AD. Anyways, we need to figure out what we're building here. So, as an early expanding civilization, an aggressive choice would be to probably go for something like warrior, and then move into settler later. Otherwise, we could go with a monument. Monument will give us culture that'll help our city's boundaries expand. That's also probably a good idea. So either warrior or monument. I'm gonna go ahead and go with monument. We'll start getting more aggressive when we can get closer to horses. But for now, I think it makes more sense if we try and have a strong capital. And research. Alright, go away, buddy. And we can research these things. We just finished agriculture, which is the one that every civ starts with. Actually, if you look at our tech tree here,
Excuse me.
Go away. Thank you. You can see there's a bunch of technology here that we can end up researching. And in many thousands of turns, we could end up getting there if we didn't upgrade how much research we're making. Anyways, the one that'll lead us to horseback riding, animal husbandry looks like the most sense, also because it reveals horses on the map. And horses, our civilization is going to be fairly horse-centric. Let's go ahead and research that. Thank you. Go away. And now you just end turn by hitting next turn or enter on your keyboard, if you have a keyboard. If you don't have a keyboard, I'd consider investing in one before trying to play games. That's your word of wisdom for the day. Alright, we're going to keep exploring down this way. We're fairly... I don't know what's up that way, but it's usually best to just try and just explore in one direction early. Unless you're very worried and you need something close to your capital. But I'm not too worried. Oh, hello, we found some ancient ruins.
Ancient ruins hold secrets.
Yep, thank you. They do different things. Different ruins have different things in them. But they're almost always good to explore. There are very few downsides of exploring ancient ruins. So, we discovered ancient technology, and we actually just gained a technology.
What makest thou?
Pottery. We just learned pottery. So if you look in our tech tree, that just got us 30 turns worth of research in 0 turns. So that's nice. Yeah. Cool. Cool stuff. Good. Lucky ruins. Lucky ruins. Let's keep heading down this way. Alright, so we've definitely got a coastline here. We picked random map type, so there's a chance it generated a continents map. There's a chance it generated a Pangea map, which is one big landmass. And there's a chance it generated Archipelagos map, which is a bunch of little islands. It's looking kind of like that. Is that ancient ruins as well? Oh my goodness, did I miss that? And there's also a chance that it generated a continents map, which is a little bit mix of both. A few big continents and a few small islands. We'll find out more, but even if this is a small island, that'll just narrow it down to, like, probably not Pangea. Alright, we just gained 60 culture by going into that ruins there. It was good stuff. See, we've got some sheep up here. And some elephants, or ivory there. Ivory comes from elephants. Hey, more ruins! Wow, we are getting very lucky on these ruins. It's a good day to be Dratnos and the Mongols. Yes. Up we go. Uh-oh. Oh, hello. We just upgraded our unit. Okay, we upgraded our unit to spearmen. We've gotten incredibly lucky there. That's a pretty good one. So our guy's now strength 11, which is way better than warriors. So if we come across any barbarians who are evil enemy, not controlled by any one civilization, we'll kick their butts with our spearmen at this point. So things are going pretty well for us. We've lucked out kind of hard here. Some silk up there. That's gonna be good. I'm pretty sure we can secure pretty much everything in this, especially if this is an island and we're alone on it. If it's an island and we're alone on it, then we'll have to become like a seafaring raiding nation, like the Vikings, except with horses. You can see a little bit of rendery buggy stuff happening a little bit there. I am playing on. Let me show you my options here. On highest settings and everything, including 8 times anti-aliasing and 60 frames per second. So and 1080p. So let's go ahead and yeah, there we go. No advice from the advisors. That sounds good. Cool. Yeah, but it is giving those little tiny flickery bits. I don't know what that's coming from. It's probably the anti-aliasing. I don't know. Up we go. Forest and a hill. Generally, forests and hills are the most easily defensible tiles. And also, if you're on the other side of a river from the enemy, it's hard to attack up a hill, into a forest, or across a river. Are generally the way you can remember it. Alright, so social policies. we can adopt one now because we got culture. That's the other benefit of having culture. And we got a lot early from finding that thing. So we can either go into tradition, liberty, or honor. Honor is typically military, liberty is typically rapid expansion, and tradition is good for small empires. It tells you everything. We can switch to advanced view here, and we can actually see all of the little... It's basically like a talent tree if you've ever played WoW. Certain ones are locked, and certain ones require you to not take certain other ones. Honor is pretty much... it's a good choice if you're having trouble against barbarians or if you're worried about combat. But otherwise, often, the better one, even for an aggressive nation, would be liberty or tradition. I'm a fan of liberty, because it helps you get a large empire going. And if you capture other cities, liberty works well with that. So let's go ahead and grab that. It'll also increase our culture generation, which will mean that we'll get to another tree quicker than if we started with, like, honor. But that's kind of a personal preference thing, and a bit of a playstyle choice as well. Yes, indeed. All right, so we're kind of exploring. What I'm going to do probably is loop down back here. I don't like having this kind of area of unknown up here because we could be attacked pretty. Oh yeah, hello. There's a barbarian encampment. Got some barbarian brutes there, along with ruins. So I don't know what the barbarians are going to do here. If he tries to attack me, I guess he could cross the river and then hit me now. Okay, he's not gonna. I'm gonna loop around and grab these ruins first, because there's no rush on killing those barbarians. I can't, like, they can't get around me and get to this city. And my city can defend itself for a few turns anyway. Let's grab those ruins. Okay, we just gotta map the surrounding area, and we've got a city-state here. Sidon. Sidon, I don't know. It's a militaristic city-state. Yeah, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and attack the... Okay, so we don't really want to attack him across a river there. Although it doesn't look like it's actually going to hurt us that much. I don't know why. Like, normally you'd see, if you look in the bottom left, you see the major victory, and then we get a 40% bonus versus barbarians, and they get a 40% fortification bonus. Normally you'd also see something for attacking across a river. Maybe that's just incorporated into the fortification bonus. Either way, let's go ahead and hop over here. As a spearman, we're pretty good on defense, so if they try to make an attack here, I think we'll do even better than if we'd attacked there. And then we can check next turn to see if we're better off not attacking across a river. Alright. Same bonus. Alright, let's charge here. Alright, we did, alright, so I guess damage is out of 100 now. It used to be out of 10. We did 36 damage to their 22. So that's a new change in this expansion pack. Cool. Good stuff. And it's our turn again. And we'll just keep on taking him down. Alright, he's pretty much done. The good thing about... You'll see he's on a barbarian encampment. Ooh, we just... Somebody has chosen a belief of some sort. That's new. I don't know what that does. And our units gained a promotion. Alright. So promotions, you can either increase your strength... So there's a big promotion tech tree. You'll rarely see more than the first few ranks of it. And you can always choose to heal your unit instantly instead of taking a promotion. I'm going to go ahead and take Shock, which will increase my ability to fight in open terrain here. Because I don't need to heal myself right now. I can heal slowly afterwards, and I'd rather get the longer-term bonus of being good to fight better. Alright, there we go. We've got some gold from clearing that barbarian encampment. Gold, not usually such a huge deal early game, but it gets to be a big deal later. And it's usually your income that's the issue, not so much your reserves. Right. Karakorum's grown. Cities grow based on this left bar here. It'll be based on the amount of food they're gathering, and each person then will be able to gather more food and tools. So it'll actually build things faster the more people there are as well. You'll notice it also has a combat strength value. Cities in this game, unlike Civ 4, can actually, or Civ 3 even, maybe, I don't know about Civ 4, I haven't played too much of it, can bombard enemy units when they're nearby, which is useful. So usually you need more than one unit to take down a city. Alright, we're going to keep exploring here because I think we're fine. If we see barbarians, we can fortify up and heal, but otherwise I'd rather not lose the time. Alright, we've just found an ancient oracle. The priestess has blessed us with a divine revelation, and we've received faith. Alright. Faith. And then you can found religious pantheons. That is entirely new. That's a new thing in Gods and Kings. Alright, we'll see what that ends up doing. Hey, and we can actually build a shrine, which is also new, and gives us a faith bonus. Interesting. I wonder what faith does. So a granary would be a choice to help our city grow. A shrine would be a choice if we're caring about faith. Since I don't know too much about the mechanic, I think I'll stay away from investing too heavily in it. Otherwise, we could go with the with an aggressive settler. Well, not I guess aggressive, but an expansionist settler. An aggressive warrior, although there's not really much for us to aggress here. I guess we could attack Sidon, but I think we'd need more stuff anyway. Could get a scout. I usually think that scouts are dumb. I think that they're kind of a useless little unit. Let's go ahead and take a granary here. Granary. Because that'll get us some plus food. And you'll notice it gives us an additional plus food bonus when we have wheat. And we happen to have 2 wheat within our city's easy little range here. So let's go ahead and take granary, because that's going to give us many bonus. Sounds good. Alright. Opening up to turn 25 here. Let's go ahead and swing on down to Sidon and see what we can say. Oh, we've enough faith to found a pantheon. Wow, okay, hello. Ancestor worship gives us culture from shrines. Dance of the Aurora gives us faith from tundra tiles. Desert folklore gives us faith from desert tiles. These are plains tiles, not desert tiles. So that's not going to help us too much. There's tundra there, so I guess we might be near the south pole of the game. Yeah, we are. Okay. Faith healers. Units can gain health per turn if they're adjacent to a friendly city. Fertility rates, faster growth rate. Or fertility rights, that's actually probably very useful. God of Craftsmen, +1 production in cities with population of 3+. God of the Open Sky, that's not too good for us. We don't have much pasturing going on. We will soon, but I don't think that's super necessary. God of the Sea, production from fishing boats. We're not going to have much fishing boats. Craftsmen would probably be better. God of War, gain faith if you win a battle within 4 tiles of your own city. That seems more like God of Defense, but okay. Goddess of Festivals, wine and incense. We have silk up there, but I don't think we have much wine or incense lying around. So that's probably not worth much. Goddess of Love, +1 happiness from cities with population of 6+. Happiness can be a big thing in higher difficulty games, but that's not going to be too important for us now. Goddess of Protection will increase our city's ranged combat strength. Again, I don't think we'll need that right now. Goddess of the Hunt, food from camps. Meh. Messenger of the Gods, +2 science in cities with a trade route. Whoa, that's pretty good right there. Well, actually, that'll be less good later, but even when we have like 10 cities linked up, that'll give us +20 science. So that's pretty good. Monument to the Gods. Hey, that's pretty cool as well. Production of ancient classical wonders, +15%. Those wonders often take a bunch of tools or production to make. Faith from natural wonders, meh. Culture from plantations, meh. Culture and faith for gold and silver, meh. Culture from jungle tiles, meh. Happiness from cities on river. There are a few rivers lying around, but I don't want to necessarily have that one. And faith from quarries. Alright, so I think that the choice is between Messenger of the Gods, which will give us +2 city science in cities with a trade route, and God of Craftsmen, which will give us +1 production in cities with a population of 3 or more. Or fertility rates, +10 or 10% faster growth rate. Those are all pretty good, or fertility rights even. I'm gonna go with fertility rights. That seems like it'll save us a lot of turns, or a lot of things. Like, our cities will grow quite a lot faster in the long run. Let's go ahead and adopt that. Pantheon founded. Hey, and we just got a Steam Chief, because I'm running this on Steam. Sounds good. And we have a Pantheon with a follower. I have no idea how this mechanic works, so it'll be exciting. We've met the city-state of Sidon. You are the first great empire they've met, so they provide us with a gift of 30 gold. And we can click on their city in order to learn about them. We can ask them for a tribute if we want. They'll probably give it to us because they're militaristic and we have a pretty strong military. We could declare war on them. That's pretty dumb. We could pledge to protect them. And let's see. We can also give them a gift, which will improve our influence. Our status is neutral. And, okay, they do not fear our military. I remember it saying earlier that they did, but now they don't. And they'll resist tribute demands. Okay. They have incense near them, and their personality is hostile. And you can get up to very friendly with them, and they'll start giving you military units. At this point, I'm not going to bother too much with protecting them or with becoming their friends. I don't really care that much. And also, I have a bonus against attacking city-states, so if this is the only city-state nearby, I don't see why they shouldn't fall to our glorious Mongol horde. Right. Good strategy going on there. Let's keep on moving along here. 3,595 BC. Turns will take Like, the first few turns you take in this game are 40 years each, and then it slows down until it's, like, 1 year each. And that's to represent, like, there's more gameplay later times, because... I guess... I don't know, it works better that way, though, because, like, if it was the same speed the whole time, you'd have, like, 10 times as much time with just spearmen before you get to, like, gunpowder and all the exciting advances when they started coming more rapidly due to a greater world population. That's your history lesson. Oh, hello, more ruins. I don't know if they've, like, increased the rate of ruins, or if, we might not have any other or maybe there are no other civilizations nearby, and so that's why I'm seeing more ruins than I'm used to. I don't know, but I'm going to explore that. Hey, and we gained even more culture, and we're going to be able to adopt a new policy there next turn. All right, let's research here. I'll open up the tech tree again. Trapping, probably a good choice here. We can again make camps. Another fair choice would probably be archery. Let's see. Horseback riding will give us the horsemen. If we go there, okay, I guess you have to get all the technologies before it to actually get to horseback riding. So yeah, we'll start with archery, and then we'll go into trapping in the wheel and stuff so we can get to horseback riding. All right, that looks good. And will that give me my, whatever the name is? What's Keshik? All right, we need to get all the way up to chivalry for that. So that's in the medieval era. Okay, I didn't know that. So we're going to be a bit of a later game army than I thought. I thought the Keshik replaced the horseman, but he actually replaces the knight. That's okay. Sounds good. Right. And we can adopt a policy, of course. So now we have a choice. When you first adopt a policy, you get a bonus that's kind of fixed, and then you can start expanding down the tree, or you could just start adopting other policies. Usually it's best to get to the bottom of a tree, because when you adopt all the policies, you get a fairly large bonus. Liberty, for example, will give us a free great person of our choice, and great people are very useful. They can, like, speed up your... They can do lots of stuff. So we can learn Republic, to give us more production in our cities, and even more production when they're constructing buildings. Or Citizenship, which will increase the construction rate of tile improvements, and give us a free worker. Now, we can get this at any time, but this is going to be more useful early game, because giving us that free unit early seems like a good choice. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that, and we'll get ourselves a free worker out of it. And we'll just go ahead and say, build improvements automated. I don't care too much about what he does, because usually the AI is very good about doing things that make sense. And so we'll have the worker just automated there. Oh, we just found a...
Des großen deutschen Volkes heiße ich euch willkommen.
I think that, yeah. On behalf of the great German people, I bid you welcome, says Lord Bismarck of Germany. The prefix of a person, Lord, will tell you what policy they're currently following. I don't remember which is which, but I think Lord is probably honor. I imagine. So that seems exciting. He might be a militaristic opponent, but he's friendly here. So that's nice. I'll say goodbye. I don't really have anything to talk to him about, but I wonder where I found him. Where's the German dude? Maybe he was down here, maybe he's up there, I don't know. So we're not alone. We're certainly not entirely alone. Keep on exploring here. Oh yeah, okay, we found German... I didn't notice the border there, but this is a German city. There's a German city up there. So our neighbors are the Germans. That's going to be interesting. They are often fairly aggressive late game because they get panzers and become quite powerful in that era. If they can get there fast enough, they become a big powerhouse, which means we might just have to kill them early. You'll never know. I mean, we're going to have to kill something early because I like killing things early as a race like the Mongols, because you get bonuses basically early game, and if you don't exploit those, other countries will exploit their bonuses late game, and you won't have any advantage of any sort. Somebody's just picked up Monument to the Gods. Okay, so all those pantheons, each civilization, they're exclusive. So the good ones will get taken early. I'm glad we got fertility rights, because that's going to speed up our growth rate, which is kind of in line with what our civilization intends to do. Also, we found some horses here. Horses are good. Oh, and we found some barbarians. Okay. Now, I don't know if those barbarians will actually sally forth and attack us. We are at low health, so they might be inclined to. No, okay. I'm going to hit H here, fortify until healed, and gain a little bit more health first. You'll notice our worker here is constructing some good stuff right up there. And we'll just stay here, gaining ourselves 10 health per turn. It's looking good. There are other horses right there as well. Good, we've got some horses nearby. But I might have to come up here and construct a city next to Berlin. That'd be taken as quite aggressive, but I need horses. I'm going to be horse-using civilization. And horses are a finite resource. You see here it says 2 horses. When you use up those 2 horses in making horse-related units, they're gone. So it's not like other resources where there's like a permanent supply. Like here, this silk, that's a permanent supply of silk if you get there, unless somebody like nukes it. Okay. Feeling pretty good here. We're at strength, where our health is 82 out of 100. At this point, I'm fairly sure I could take this guy down. However, I'm going to wait one more turn and be up to 92. And then I think I'll go ahead and charge. Oh, we just found the Ottomans. He's Suleiman, leader of the mighty Ottomans. By his beard and belly, he is glad to meet us. Sounds good. He's neutral. Okay. So the Germans started out friendly, and these guys started out neutral. Don't know why. Maybe you got a bonus with the first civ you meet, or maybe it's just different civs being different. He's got spearmen as well. Oh! And we've got some barbarians coming from north. Alright, let's teach him a lesson. Alright, if he moves in, I'm going to watch the situation closely, because if he moves any closer, I'm going to go ahead and bump my workers onto the city so that they're defended and they can't be captured. Alright, let's go ahead and take these guys down. I could try and run this guy down to my city, but by the time he gets there, that situation's going to be over. Alright, we did more damage here, and we're now, I think, at about equal health. It's looking good. Let's see what happens down here. Our spearmen, or their Ottoman spearmen, moving over to our spice. And we're being encroached upon. Okay. First off, let's take care of up here. Alright, they're still alive. Still alive, it's cool. And we'll hit these guys on the hill here. Our guys have gone ahead and defended the city, fortified up in the city. Now, the brutes here could try and take down the city, but they're not going to succeed if they attack the city. Sidon wants porcelain. Okay. And the enemy is just marauding, I guess. I think we could probably kill him before he gets all the way down to the farm and can actually ransack it. But if he does, that would be annoying. That would set us back a few turns. Alright, we've dispersed a barbarous barbarian encampment. Let's see what happens here. Oh, we've got some friendly spearmen here. They'd probably... Maybe the spearmen... Or, okay. No, that's just the AI being stupid. Let's just see if we can't kill him. Oh, almost dead. Alright. We can learn cover. Get some defense against range attacks. Amphibious, which should let us eliminate the penalty for attacking across a sea, or over a river, or from the sea. Or we could get cover. Get some defense against range attacks. We can't actually go onto the sea yet. Later on, you'll get like the ability to embark your units onto the sea. So Amphibious is going to be fairly useless right now, because I don't really plan to attack things across rivers. Medic will help us heal adjacent allies. We can get Drill and kind of set ourselves up to be a bit more well-rounded, so we're better in both jungle or in open ground. Or we could go even more Shock. I'm just going to take more Shock. I like specializing my units. My next unit can be Drill, which is the not open ground one. And we'll just go ahead and fortify them until healed, because this kind of health, I'd rather just heal them up now. Why not? It's not like there's much that needs to be explored here. I'd rather do it with full health, now that I know that there are people that don't like me, or that might not like me nearby. Okay. Down goes that guy, and our worker is now free. Let's go ahead and... can he move? Okay, I guess he already had decided he was not moving this turn. Alright. Sounds good. And we'll set him up to automate now, again. And he'll finish up down there. Sounds good. Alright, now we'll skip a few turns with nothing too exciting happening here. Just keep on spamming the enter button. Eventually this will start taking a lot of time to pass between turns, but early game it really doesn't. And hopefully late game it won't either, because I have fairly well set up computer now. It's worth noting that for those of you that are concerned about programming type things, this game is programmed entirely in Python, I believe, which is a highly abstracted language, which means that it's easy to code in, but it's hard for the computer to understand as easily as like C++, which means that the game's runtime is a bit slower than if it was coded in other languages, but it was easier for them to code it, and so that's always the trade-off. If you're ever coding something, those are usually the two extremes you can go with, or you can go somewhere in the middle with a language like Java. Right. Which is what Minecraft is coded in. Okay. We're getting ourselves a granary going here. And our unit here is done. I'm just gonna poke around and see what's north of the Germans. C. Okay. Sounds good. I'll just double check to make sure there's not, like, a big landmass. Oh, goodness. Okay, I just can't scroll up that far right now because I haven't explored that far. Sounds good. All right, let's see what production we can do here. We can learn the Shrine, which is what our foreign advisor recommends, or we can start getting settlers. I'm going to go with settler. I think it's time to start expanding here. Oh, wait, hang on. That was a bad choice right now because your city growth stagnates when you're doing production. So let's go ahead and actually start put production towards the shrine there, and then when we gain our next person, when we go up to 3, then we can start our settler. Ooh. He wants to make a declaration of friendship to the world. I don't see why not. I mean, hopefully that'll mean he'll be less mad when I go up and start founding cities near him, and then I can kill him later. Yes, let us work together. Oh, he doesn't say like wunderbar when they say wonderful. I always liked that word in German. All right, our city's grown here. I have no idea why the Germans here haven't taken that ancient ruins. Maybe there's like a one long land bridge that way that goes to a massive continent up there. Highly improbable, but possible. All right, now we've gained another person, so we can go ahead and let's swap production back over to the settler. Sounds good. Sounds good. You'll see, with gold, you can actually buy tiles and expand your city that way. No real use in doing that right now unless there's a super useful tile. All right, we found some gold in those ruins, in the jungle ruins. Public declaration from Germany. Germany announces the world is now protecting that city-state. All right, we learned archery. So now we can do mining, the first tier 1 or first tier technology. Or we could start with any of these. Mining would get us to bronze working and stuff, which is going to be useful for some early dudes. Or we could start going straight towards horseback riding. I'm not going to blitz horseback riding yet, actually. I think I'm going to go with mining. It's worth noting that the earlier the technology is, generally the less science it'll require to research, and so the fewer turns it'll take. And the unit that's really strong for me, the Keshik, is quite far in here. So if I started blitzing that now and neglecting these trees, it would take me quite a long time. So I'm going to start with mining for that reason. We'll keep kind of a balanced approach until we get to the point where I think it's worth blitzing towards our horse nuke. Right, that's my plan. Let's hop on down here to this hill. Okay, looks pretty clear here. I'm not going to bother trying to figure out what exactly is up there. I don't think anything important is. There's obviously a very small likelihood that there's land bridge into there, but I think it's more likely, given that the city's set there, that he's probably just set it up right next to the coast. So that looks good. We'll keep on exploring over this way. You'll notice there's some horses there. I also noticed there are more horses. Let's see, where are there? Yeah, there's 4 horses there, so that's a good spot for finding some horses. All right, let's get out of there before Berlin's borders expand and trap us in there, because you can't walk through enemies' borders or other cities' borders without having signed an agreement first, unless you want to spark war, which, of course, I don't right now. I mean, I could probably defend against him, but I certainly wouldn't be able to attack his city. The thing with cities being able to bombard people and taking many hits to kill means that it's much easier to defend than attack, which is good. It's realistic. Alright. Oh, we've got atolls. That's new, I think. And I see, if you look in the fog there's something rendering right there. It looks land-shaped, so I wonder if there's something up there. Unfortunately, we don't have any sea stuff yet. Our next city, I guess, could be located up by the sea here, but I don't see any valuable resources that make it worth neglecting things like horses to actually do that. But yeah, I think there's probably a landmass of some sort up there, given all of these little kind of brushes that are sort of rendering here. And atolls, I don't know what those are. I think you could probably walk on them, but they look like they're kind of little island things. I mean, I know what they are in real life, but I don't know what the gameplay function is. Alright, found some stone and some cattle. This area would be a very quick expanding city if it's up there with all these cattle around. Okay, there's a mountain over there and a river. Looks like there might be... This might be like Australia. Australia! No, but this isn't an Earth-shaped map. There are maps that are shaped like Earth, but and I often like playing on those, but this isn't one of them. Okay, some more horses. Looks like we're not going to be starved for horses. There's a German warrior down there. German warrior unit. Cool. Alright. And let's plop ourselves over here. How are we doing? Alright. Our growth just has stagnated, of course, because when you're building a settler, the growth is basically... You're producing a unit, but that unit is people. And so it's... all the new people that are being born are basically filling up that settler caravan is one way to think about it. Or, like, they're replacing the people that would fill up that caravan. Alright, I wonder what that is over there. That looks like a border to me. So I'm actually going to go ahead and walk over there. See if I can't get on that hill, because I think I spy a nation... Okay, no, maybe that's just a river. Either way, let's keep on exploring the north coast here. Yeah, okay, just a river. It looked somewhat borderous, but it turned out to just be a river. Righto. Ooh, okay. Over the hill, or over the river we go, and onto the hill. Sounds good. Good choice there. Let's move one square first, and okay, then we'll move here. So there's definitely some more stuff up there. Maybe this links all the way back up around to there. That looks fairly likely given the landmass so far. Pop on up there. Of course, you can't see over mountains. Unless you are... Well, yeah, you can't see over mountains unless you're an airplane. Hey, and we can adopt a new policy. Let's go ahead and... Okay, we can either grab representation. Each city I found will increase the culture cost of policies by 33% less than normal. So it's worth noting that in addition to each policy costing more culture, just because they're new ones, it'll also cost more based on the amount of city you have. However, representation will reduce that effect. They'll also start a golden age. Golden ages basically increase your production and happiness and everything. Meritocracy will give us additional happiness for each city we own connected to the capital, and less unhappiness from citizens in non-occupied cities. So that's a good one if you're running into happiness issues again, and that's something you will with large empires. Or we could go with Republic, which will increase production. I'm going to go ahead and fire up a golden age here because increasing our production is not a huge priority right now from like that static boost. However, I'd like to be able to keep our policy cost low and get us our settler a bit sooner. So let's go ahead and do that. Golden Age dawns. Settler now done in only 13 turns. And we'll also be gaining more culture and probably, if we were gaining any faith, more faith, I assume. I don't know. Alright. Good call. Good plan. Still in a Golden Age for the next 20 turns. And we're also getting more science in a Golden Age, too. People with the pointiest sticks. These lists come out every few turns. We're on turn 75 now. And in terms of military power, with just our spearmen, we are 4th. And Suleiman, who also seemed to have a spearman, is 6th. So that's interesting, although we're only up by 4 more. So maybe that's just because our city's a bit stronger. Or maybe it's because our unit's a bit stronger because we've promoted them twice. And then there are a few people who are stronger than us. Don't know what could be doing that. Maybe they have a warrior and a spearman. Something like that. Bismarck, of course, also there. So yeah, they're unmet players, and a lot of them are actually fairly weak, because I think there are 16 civs, maybe more, and some of them have less than 28 military power. Okay, let's head up this way. Oh, we found some barbarians. Alright, let's show them 4th place in terms of military power. Yes, for great justice. Hiya! Alright. Next time on Dratnos' Civ 5 Gods and Kings Let's Play, we'll see what happens in this exciting confrontation between our spearmen and the enemy encampment. My name has been Dratnos. I'd appreciate it if you could like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this series. And not just more Minecraft, please, because I know you guys like Minecraft, and I am working on creating some good content in that as soon as I can resolve some technical issues. Anyways, that's this show. Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. Goodbye.